All right, we are live on Ranger Radio. It is Tuesday night, but we're still working on minor league action. Here in the commentating booth with me tonight is Nebuchadnezzar. Hello, Neb.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing okay, man. Thanks for volunteering to co-commentate. Really appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. I very much enjoy being in the booth.
Awesome. So tonight we have a matchup that will determine some playoff positioning in the Eastern Conference for minors. The small caps taking on the Spherical Squires, and we'll flip over to our. So there was a post on Reddit with the playoff picture. I'm showing that for everybody on our stream. In the Eastern Conference, the 6 teams that are playing are already set. However, the positions are not set. The Myth Boosters and Small Caps currently tied. And if the Small Caps are able to score any points tonight, so a tie or a win, they'll move into the 5th spot and will be taking on Wow Such Miners. If not, then they'll remain in the 6th spot and be taking on the FS Ballers next week.
It's a pretty tight race there. Unfortunately, the lines are already set for who's going to make the playoffs, but it'll be interesting to see who ends up in which seed. And that's very relevant to me as my minors team is the 3rd seed, so it's very possible that they will end up playing against the small caps.
Absolutely. So what do you think are the keys to this match tonight between these 2 teams?
Well, I'm definitely not thinking with portals. It's a matter of being in control as much as you can and not letting the regrab train just kill you, because that's usually how teams end up taking advantages. They get a cap and it's so quick that you can get the flag from one side to the other that they don't have enough time to get their bearings straight. And obviously knowing how to peruse the portals is very important. And then on Smirk, it's a very different kind of game. It's very slow paced. It's about who can crack the defense quicker and who can control the power ups.
Peruse the portals. That sounds kind of dirty.
Maybe.
All right, so it looks like we're starting the game. So Neb, I know you did a little bit of pregame research and got some of the secret strats from the teams involved.
I had a chance to have a word with the other teams, and the sentiment from the small caps, they said we will be playing Think with Portals first, then Smirk.
Really?
That was some very in-depth strategy talk.
Very good strats there from the small caps. And then what did you hear from the Knights, or from the Squires, I should say?
The Spherical Squires captain, Canadian, said that they have nothing to lose, so they're going to go and have a lot of fun, which I respect a lot.
All right, so we are off. Looks like Bob Loblaw is going to be able to get a Tag Pro mid, and Super Saiyan's grabbing with a Rolling Bomb.
And good use of that Tag Pro to clear up the exit portal so Sans could get out quickly.
All right, Noobkin trying to get around J-Mart here, and manages to do it. Looks like Super Sans is going to be able to walk that one in. Looked like he was going to get past J-Mart there, but J-Mart able to clip him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good use of power-ups there. And a little out of position were the Spherical Squires.
All right, so an early 1-0 lead for the small caps.
And we're going to see a lot of this, the constant regrab chains. It's going to be interesting to see who can eventually force a reset. Pithy does a pretty good job there of giving his team a chance. Can Chaz, or Ball Don't Lie stay alive, excuse me. Ball Don't Lie also known as Chaz.
With a brief return for cap situation, but a Super Saiyans and J-Mart ending that quickly.
If it's alright with everyone, I'm going to go ahead and refer to Ball Don't Lie as Chaz, as that is his true name.
Absolutely. So what was the origin of the Chaz nickname? I haven't really heard the story on this.
Well, I believe we deemed that Ball Don't Lie was a terrible name, and there was already someone named BDL, so we couldn't go around calling him that, so we deemed his name would be Chaz.
So Rudy had a Tag Pro there to clear out base, but they just weren't able to get in base quick enough to cap.
Yeah, it was a pretty tight play. But in general, it also makes a lot of sense because his real name in real life is actually Chaz. He won't tell you that, though.
Oh, nice. So another cap for the small caps. Now a 2-0 lead, and Ball Don't Lie or I should say Chaz, circling around base, looking for an opportunity to cap. No one really chasing him right now.
Mm-hmm.
Noobkin, though, with a nice snipe.
Good patience by the chasers, just trying to cut off the lanes, wait for power-ups. And the Spherical Squad is going to get 2 out of the 3 juke juices.
So J-Mart getting corralled by Pithy and Apide. Meanwhile, Ball Don't Lie trying to work past Apide, and wow, she's really on point today. Nice positioning.
Mm-hmm. It's really easy to rack up a lot of returns quickly on this map if you're good at playing the team tiles and getting those boost snipes, bomb snipes.
So bottom light with a nice stutter step there. Avoids Pithy Snipe. Meanwhile, Rudy working against
Ooh,
J-Mart
it's
to
going to be a
Super
return for
Sands.
cap scenario. Oh, Noobkin
Oh,
saving the
bottle
day.
lie. Chaz just inches, pixels from the flag tile, not able to get on it.
Yeah. We're going to see power-ups coming up again here. We'll see how persistent the team is going to be in being on top of power-ups after all this crazy almost caps.
Absolutely. 3 minutes in, 2-0 lead for the small caps. The first half of action today on Thinking with Portals.
And we see a great power grab there by Noobkin. Each team now with the tag pro to show for it. Rudy's going to have to stay alive here. Ball going for the snipe. Couldn't quite connect.
All right, Apide able to get there on regrab.
And there are some lulls in the action here as the flag carriers just have some space to work with, but you can see how quickly that can change when a boost snipe gets lined up.
Yeah, absolutely. Noticed so far that there's been a lot of hold for the flag carriers in the matches that I've watched on this, where getting out of base is really tough, but once they're able to get out of base, typically they can hold for a while because it's not necessarily the easiest map to contain on if you're in the other team tile space.
Mhm. I would compare it somewhat to a bombing run type map where it's very reliant on either very good communication and teamwork and containing or just raw ability to make like spectacular plays.
So Noobkin able to grab another rolling bomb. He's going to try to stay alive long enough to make use of it.
Mm-hmm.
And has to defuse it, and looks like Bob Blah Blah is going to be able to track him down.
Almost a kiss there. That would have been an interesting chance to reset.
So Bottom Line is going to be able to get out ahead of 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
See what he
Rudy
can do with
also
it.
passed a few, but time to regroup. Yeah, there's a lot of tight boost angles with all the wall. There's very closed up choke points that are hard to boost through. See
Yeah,
Superman's a nice one
a bunch of 3 tile wide spaces.
there. Mm-hmm. The thing is, the areas between those choke points are so open that it's very hard to get yourself in position to cover them in time.
So 2 tag pros for the small caps here. The third going to the Spherical Squires. Super Sands is going to be tagged. It's going to be Flag Pro.
And a chance for the tag pro to get a reset there. This could end up being nice, but the Spherical Squires can't quite get it together to get that return.
Yeah, J-Mart able to evade the tag and get out of base.
And
Looks like Noobkin might have been looking for a kiss there.
it's possible. It would have been a pretty decent shot, but Pithy's going to get a reset anyway. Canute can take advantage. Can't. Rudy's going to get this regrab. See if he can take this boost. Can't quite hit it cleanly, and now it's a
All right,
dangerous
so Bob's
situation.
ahead of 4. But that tag on Rudy isn't coming anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. It can be frustrating as a flag carrier to get past everyone, but it's a very difficult task to try to chase down a flag carrier when they know they have to stay alive.
So Apide doing her best to provide some cover here for Rudy. Managed to get a couple of tags on the chasers, but really nobody getting anywhere close to getting J-Mart here.
Mm-hmm. And Newkin's going to be out here continuing the regrab chain for both teams. And this might be a chance to reset if Bob can get himself in position. Apide probably made a poor decision in going down, and that's going to be a cap for Chaz.
Yeah, correct. That's exactly what led to that situation. Is she wound up putting herself between 3 balls.
This is going to maybe be another chance for Chaz to get 2 caps in a row if his team needs a return, but Apide makes a nice play to get ahead.
Just under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Currently a 3-0 lead for the small caps, who are playing for playoff positioning here. Spherical Squires Just playing to win, playing for fun. All right,
I,
Noobkin with an opportunity here. Jmart, last man back.
Nuke can force a little bit there. You like to see just a little bit of patience there to try to clear off that exit portal. Both teams nearly get a reset. It's going to be a complete reset here. We'll
Yep.
see how long that can last. It is, for what it's worth, it is somewhat difficult to get a good grab on this map if you know what you're doing on defense. But in that case, forcing the defender to go through the exit portal gives you an easy grab there.
Absolutely. So looks like Chaz is going to be able to get out ahead of 3 once again, but Apide takes a nice angle, able to hit him with that boost time.
I'm seeing the Spherical Squires being much more diligent on the power-ups, but it hasn't quite materialized into caps for them just yet. And
Oh, Super Saiyan sneaking in with the Juke Juice to grab the Tag Pro and steal that away. Nice awareness there by Super Saiyans of exactly when that was going to spawn.
Sometimes if you don't know the times, it's not even worth
Oh,
going for the
that
pups.
could have been a cappy. Could have
That was
boosted right into the portal.
that was a pretty interesting scenario. Um, the portal was open for a cap, but he didn't quite realize it quick enough.
Yeah, sort of like a hesitation, like he was gonna go right at the flag tile and then realized the portal was there and kind of didn't line up the boost right.
Apide cleans up that situation really quick, gets the return,
So Loblaw again out ahead
kills
of
her
3.
teammate, and that's close to a
Oh,
cap.
all he had to do was walk it in. What
It
happened
was
there?
it was a tight window there. I don't think
Yeah.
he trusted. He don't think he had enough trust in the portal. But this one, oh, it was so
Oh
close.
man,
Pithy just
timing on
barely
that one
getting
a
a
little
piece.
bit late.
The exit portal was actually there to get out. That could have been a capping opportunity for Squires, but
Yeah.
again, things happen very quickly on this map, and it's very unlike other maps, so it's hard to quickly make the changes that you need.
So Bottle Lion and Apide both grabbing a Tag Pro and then canceling each other. 30 seconds left, still 3-0 in favor of the small caps.
And a good play there by Rudy to get Super Saiyans off the exit portal, but Noobkin was not in position to go through the portal. And now J-Mart's going to be past 4 if he
Oh,
if he hit the
J-Mart.
boost. It was a cap.
J-Mart.
But it's not going to happen. Oh, it might still happen. Can he get it?
Oh man.
Good play by Ipide. She's playing pretty solid offensive D.
Yeah, absolutely.
3, 2, 1.
And Rudy was past a few there as well, but it was likely that the all caps were
Yeah,
playing
J-Mart
the
was going to
clock.
be able to beat him there.
Yep.
All right, so first half, all small caps. Looking at the leaderboard here, 13 returns for Super Saiyans and a cap. On the defensive side, 17 for Bob Loblaw, 15 for Pithy, 11 for Apide. So definitely a lot of returns, very return heavy first half.
And both teams with a pretty expected 40 to 45 seconds of prevent, which is pretty low compared to other maps. But on the thing of the portals, it's very common for teams to be holding the flag for 3/4 of the match.
All right, so another welcome to any of our new viewers on Range Radio. We are looking at the small caps taking on the Spherical Squires. Commentating with me tonight is Nebuchadnezzar, who's doing a great job of providing analysis and thought on the map. So, Neb, looking forward to, you might be playing one of these, you might be playing the small caps, you might not be. What are you guys thinking as far as what you're going to do on Thinking with Portals that's going to take you on in the next round?
Well, really, because Thinking with Portals is such a different map, I'm really not too concerned about what other teams are going to be doing. I really want to make sure that my team knows exactly how we want to play, what we want to do in certain situations to get good grabs and make sure that we're not giving up any easy caps.
All right. So looks like teams have switched sides, but not launching yet. Let's see whether or not they're going to make any lineup changes here. Both teams indicating not ready. Now Chaz indicating readiness. So there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on here with the readiness.
Trying to psych each other out, it looks like. Not sure what the rotations are for each team, but it seems like they're going to be going out with the same lineups in this next half.
Absolutely. So what are your thoughts on the fact that Thinking with Portals is being played in the first round? Is that something you are in favor of, or Do you think that that map might have been better either in a different round or not in the playoffs at all?
Personally, if you had asked me a few weeks ago, I would have said the thing with portals would be a terrible choice. But after playing it a little bit in majors, I think it was an acceptable regular season map. But I still don't see it as the best choice for playoffs. I'm really not looking forward to the potential of a Super Bowl being determined by a game one thing with portals. I don't think that's a fair representation. I don't think that's going to be a fair head-to-head matchup because one team is most likely going to be more prepared for it than the other.
Yeah.
Which
What do you
I mean,
think, if you had to pick, what do you think is the best playoff map?
um, that's a difficult distinction to make because I think, well, obviously I've already kind of said that I don't want things with portals. So between Smirk and Wormy, I think Smirk is probably the better map, but I think a lot of people would say that Wormy's a little more fun. Wormy's a little more like random. There's a little more chance goes into it
Hmm.
with the bombs and just the shape of the map. Personally, I really enjoy playing on Smirk when I have a good chemistry with my defensive partner. It's really a good test to see just how far you can go in shutting the other team down.
Nice. If you could play, this you're playing in the Super Bowl and you can pick any map in the world that you want to play on personally, what would you pick? What would be your favorite?
That's an interesting question. I would try to think of what maps I enjoyed playing the most this season. Honestly, to be honest, the map I might have enjoyed the most this season is Iron as a defensive player. And I think it's a very good competitive map. I don't know if it's a good map outside of Major League Type Pro, but I think it would be very interesting to see a Super Bowl game played on Iron, even though no one really made a push for it to be in the playoff.
Yeah, good point. I think we saw a lot of very good competitive games on it. For example, we've had it in Sokol a number of times. It's played very well. So,
3,
all right. So
2,
we have two tag
1.
pros. Looks like Bottom Line's going to be able to boost into one of them. He gets top.
And there was some pretty fortunate spawns there for the Spherical Squires, and they had two balls spawn outside of the base essentially, so they had pretty good access to get two of those pups.
So Jamard able to wiggle past Apide here,
Oh,
but winds up getting bomb killed, and that
Chaz
leads to.
making a mistake there, getting our free grab. Nukin had a pretty easy walk-in cap there.
So currently 3-1 in favor of the small caps.
And good out there by Rudy. It's gonna keep his team from giving up a potential capping chance. Chaz with some nice moves there, keeping Rudy off of the team tiles, but the angle just wasn't quite there. And the team tiles are something that a lot of offensive players aren't used to having to deal with.
Absolutely, very hard to sneak through that 3 tile wide space if you don't have that right angle correctly. So another round of pups. Apide is going to be able to grab a tag pro here, providing a bit of an escort here for Rudy.
And this could be a really, really potent chance if they can get Bob Loblaw here. Bob had a chance to snipe the other Bob, but didn't quite work out for
Rudy's still sitting on the flag tile. If they can just get Bob here.
him.
But it looks like Rudy's going to have to take a lap.
That's always a funny play when three balls chase a guy and he just takes the exit portal and he's completely fine.
Yeah. Rudy playing very well. A late season call-up, but performing admirably so far in minors.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a lot of the players that the Knights Capital essentially had to scrap together, and they're doing pretty well for themselves. But they're not going to
So
be able to
bottle
stop this
lie.
cap.
Oh,
Oh,
looks like
they
he's going to
are.
be able to cap there. Chaz just not able to line himself up on that flag tile before he gets bumped off of it by the portal bomb.
And a great play there by the Bob to take advantage of that situation, keep his team from going down back to 3. And another situation where Bob has to stay alive. Bob is going to get the snipe on him, and that's going to be a cap.
All right, so we are back to a 3-cap margin. Small caps currently head 4-1. 7 minutes left to go. I'm thinking with portals.
Jammer with a nice move there, but smart positioning by Rudy. We're seeing a lot of back-to-back chances here for the small caps. We'll see if they can shut down this regrab.
Nice job by Super Sans. Nice bomb snipe there.
Now it's going to be Rudy with a chance. The Bob covers the exit portal. Noobkin can't quite get that return. Would have been a pretty good chance.
Yeah, they would have had 2 against 1.
That was an interesting play there as Apide gets a tag pro and gets 3 gifted pops. As balls just unfortunately found themselves in the face of a tag pro, but it didn't materialize in a cap.
J-Mart out ahead of 4. Gonna have to take a lap here though.
It's really crazy how quickly things can happen on this map. Talking about one thing and then all of a sudden
Oh,
3
yeah,
balls
absolutely.
are popped and
You're commenting on, you know, an interesting snipe, and then all of a sudden you realize they capped and they're already about to cap again. A little bit of a traffic jam up top. Blah, 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 and blah, don't lie, running into each other a few times. Trying to
And
direct
we
traffic
see-
a little bit.
we see the flight carriers taking advantage of those bombs to gather themselves some time. And this is going to be a chance for J Mart to hit this boost, but the
Oh,
Bob
nice
18,
job.
a clutch snipe there to run a cap.
5.5 minutes left to go. Still 3 cap margin, 4-1 in favor of the small caps currently. If they're able to hold on here for a winner tie, that will end the mystery as far as our playoff positioning is concerned. They will have secured the 5 seed.
Which I'd be okay with. I think they're a pretty solid team. Not exactly raring to play against them. But, I'm sure. I can't remember who the. It's
the Myth Boosters.
The Myth Boosters, yeah, would be the other team. I think both of them would be interesting matchups. I'm thinking with portals.
All right, an opportunity here for J-Mart, and Bob's going to be able to get there first through the portal. But good return by Super Sans, allowing that cap for J-Mart.
It was. Those are the kind of plays that if you can make them, it can really make or break a game, especially I'm thinking with portals.
It's the stuff that dreams are made of, Ned.
Of course. Some
Super
power
Sans
up
picking
grabs.
up a tag pro, and Ball Don't Lie should be able to lock this one in too. So small cap starting to run away with it here. Currently ahead 6-1.
Yeah, we're starting to see the train grabs that can be hard to stop if you're but that tag pro is going to help a lot. Apide is going to almost end it, but a great sack there. I can't tell who that was, either Bob or Super Sans, but
Yeah, somebody
really
threw themselves into Apide's tag pro to keep her from going through the portal.
Yeah, there's a really heads up play.
Four minutes left to go. 7-1 in favor of the small caps, commanding lead here. But
and
anything can happen on this map.
That's correct. Even on such a volatile map, I do think that with the way the play is going, it's going to be hard for the Spherical Squires to have to come back.
Ball Don't Lie with
Chaz
a
with a chance
rolling
to
bomb,
cap.
just going to walk it right into the flag. Maybe takes a little bit too much time getting there.
I think he did actually prevent that cap. Did he not?
I'm sorry?
I'm pretty sure Noobkin actually did prevent that cap.
Oh,
that
absolutely, yeah. Noobkin definitely prevented that cap from happening because he had a rolling bomb. He would have been able to blast it right in.
All right. I thought you might have been saying that was a cap. I was confused for a second.
Oh, no, I was saying that Ball Don't Lie kind of took his time walking over to the flag tile and it might have cost him.
It's possible. And now we'll see. Hopefully the Spherical Squires are at least achieving their goal of having fun. I think with portals is a pretty enjoyable map if you don't have to take it too seriously.
Ball Don't Lie with an opportunity here.
And the Bob 18 with another cap-saving move. We'll see if he can keep the score as close as it is, but it does not seem like
Nice job walking that tag pro through base, clearing a path for J-Mart.
Definitely, and I think this game has shown that the small caps definitely are more prepared to play on this map, as well as I would say a generally higher level of skill, which would probably explain why they're a playoff team.
Most certainly 8-1 with 2 minutes left to go. Small caps have their fifth seed all but locked in.
It would take quite the miracle at this point.
Well, I'd love to see that. Oh, wow. Ball don't lie, able to sneak past Newkin and go flag for end cap.
Newkin gets just caught with like a deer in the headlights.
That might be a top player right there.
Could be.
Maybe an honorable mention. Let's call it an honorable mention.
It is tough to get top plays when you're playing things with portals because there's just so much crazy stuff that can happen. I mean, like, because there are so many crazy plays, I think with portals, there's a lot of competition.
Oh, absolutely. Jmart being very patient here. Really not a lot of urgency. He's going to wait until things are nice and cleared out for him, but Rudy able to track him down.
And Chaz here, past 3, is going to try to add to his cap total. Ooh, can he get to the portal? It was open for a second, but Newkin's going to get out.
Last round of pups, blah, blah, blah. Cleaning up, getting that lawnmower.
Chaz would love to add to his already 4 caps in this half. Can't quite remember how many he had in the first half, but it's definitely interesting to see how the stats are affected by such a offensive map like Think with Portals, where caps really flow.
Last few seconds of the match, 9-1 in favor of the small caps, who are 10 seconds away from locking up the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And great effort by them. We'll see. Both teams have nothing to play for in this next game, so we'll see how much fun they have with it.
Absolutely, and we'll see whether or not they maybe mix up their lineups a little. So Bob Loblaw with 19 returns in that half. Super Saiyan's also with 19 returns, so great defensive performance from the small caps. And on offense, Ball Don't Lie with 4, and J-Mart with 2 caps apiece. So very impressive. 4 minutes of hold for J-Mart in that half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully we get to see some of the lesser known guys get a chance.
All right, we'll go ahead and tree this one more time.
So with the 5th seed, they will be playing which team? I think it's Wasatch Miners.
Oh, Wasatch Miners, that's correct.
That should be an interesting matchup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wasatch Pro was one of the original Think with Portal experts, right?
I think Wasatch actually played Miners last night. He loves Think with Portal so much, he finagled the minutes to give himself eligibility.
Nice.
And the Wasatch Miners actually did have a pretty impressive showing of their own on Think with Portals last night, beating the Myth Boosters 8-2. So 2 very strong teams on Think with Portals. We'll see what happens when they meet. That'll be next week, next Monday.
Yeah, really looking forward to the playoffs. I think both the majors and minors playoffs are going to be really exciting. We have a lot of very strong teams, a lot of parity in the league, I think. So none of the games, I think, are going to be obvious, chalk sort of matchups. I think every game is really going to be, in the hands of the players.
Yeah, it's definitely anyone's game to be taken. It's not. In the past, we've had teams that are clear favorites. 30 Seconds did a pretty good job of steamrolling through the regular season. They had a few close calls in the playoffs, but very decisive play all the way up to the Super Bowl. And season before that, in season 5, the Ghost Boosters pretty much made the entire league their bitch. Just like, yeah, that was the emergence of guys like Wasatch Pro and Serdan and Canadian.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, looks like the all caps once again, or small caps once again in solidarity, all indicating readiness to proceed, but we might see a lineup change for the Squires. Or maybe we won't. People popping in and out, but looks so. Wait, maybe? Maybe? Maybe they're going to go 4v2.
That would be exciting.
All right, Pithy jumping in the game along with T. Nevelos.
I believe that's Solvent.
Nope, we're calling him T. Nevelos.
All right.
Otherwise, we're going to have to start calling Saul Floss, and I don't want to do that.
Well, I'm probably not going to say his name at all then, if you're going to make me say that.
Why can't he just spell it in the correct order then?
I think there's another player. I think Mudrat, whenever I read his name, I think it's backwards, but it's not actually backwards. Like, the name backwards is like Tardum or something. I'm like, it doesn't make sense either way.
You think Tardum and Mudrat are equally logical?
I mean, Mudrat just looks, it doesn't look like the two words should go together in my brain for some reason.
Oh, Ball Don't Lie making a not so subtle jab against Tantru with the massive delays in getting these games started. Tantru famous for his pregame fun facts. All right, so our final regular season minors game coming up on Smirk here. Neither team with anything left to play for. All of the playoff seeding is determined, but we'll see some good fun tag pro here.
I'm personally rooting for the Spherical Squires to just put on their best effort and try to steal a win here.
3,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
2,
Hard not to root for the underdog. And we're off. Two Juke Juices and a rolling bomb out there.
Both teams mess up the mid boost. A player that I can't say his name ends up with the Juke Juice.
You can call him Solvent if you want.
Okay.
Now, you're no stranger yourself to commentators having difficulty with your name in streams.
Oh man, I think about every commentator in the game has mispronounced my name at one point or another.
I just say Neb because it's easier.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell people, but everyone thinks they have the chops for it, just goes for it, and 9 times out of 10 you end up with the bunches of.
No bunches of. It's not really that hard of a word to say, but it's pretty easy to screw it up 1 out of 10 times. You know, like if I say it 10 times, I'm probably going to mess it up at least once.
Yeah.
So it's easier to just not subject myself to that.
In a heated play, it's very easy to mix up the syllables when there's 5 of them.
So not a lot of fireworks in this first minute. Another power-up battle emerging. Solvent grabbing a rolling bomb, but getting diffused very quickly. Looks like Ball Don't Lie is going to
nice move
make
by
some nice
Chaz
moves
with the
there.
rolling
But
bomb.
yeah, that rolling bomb for Noobkin saved a cap. Otherwise, the blocks would have been there.
Jamar's going to have a chance on this. That taper's going to run out pretty soon. For the
Nice
smart
kiss there, yeah.
We're going to get a reset. The small caps almost breaking through there. A couple of good opportunities.
Oh, Jamar making Pithy miss there. Nice job by Jamar taking the right angle and velocity.
Oh, a super sense with an equally impressive whiff. Oh, that's a poor decision there. That was by Chaz, actually forced away on a blind boost.
Yeah, absolutely. You know you don't have regrab in place. You know you got to be careful, and you can't take risky moves like that. So Solvent going to grab a tag pro Noobkin with a rolling bomb. So he's just going to try to get to that flag tile as he can at this point.
Noobkin with a very impressive step back right there. Made 3 balls miss, one of them with Juke Juke.
So it looks like Pithy indicating a sub will be coming in for Bob 18, who's out of the game. So currently a 3v4. Ball Don't Lie taking advantage, able to cap on this. Not sure who this 4th player is going to be. Nobody's in yet.
This is a pretty good opportunity for small caps on the score. The small caps first cap this half actually came as a result of Solvent having a tag pro when he grabbed, and unfortunately the guy spawned right under him.
Abde coming back in the game. So we do have 4 on the red side once again.
And, having played multiple halves this season with undermanned, I think they did a pretty decent job of only giving up 1 cap.
Oh, absolutely.
Actually had a pretty interesting play in majors, I believe it was week 3 or 4, where 2 of our players lagged out and we played 2v4 for about 30 seconds. And I don't think we gave up any caps, so I was pretty happy with that.
Oh yeah, can't complain about that. So Bob Blah Blah doing a nice job with that tag pro first, protecting the flag carrier and then clearing out base so he could cap. Nice job there.
Yeah. And Apide just barely close enough, and Pithy gets a little assist on that return. Pithy now is going to have a chance if he can get out. He's past 3, and they have a tag pro on base, but he couldn't quite get past that corner.
Yeah, clipped the corner, and Super Sans had enough momentum to be able to catch up there.
And Apide wastes another chance. A slightly mistaken boost there. Now J-Mart's going to have a chance.
Big meaty commenting. LOL, series of unfortunate events indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Seems like the breaks just aren't going in the favor of Spherical Squires after that lag out, and then a couple just misses that easily could have been caps.
So it looks like J-Mart is going to be able to grab and get out ahead of 2, but Pithy stopping him from getting all the way out of base.
Chaz is going to have a chance to make some jukes here. Almost makes Apide look silly after juking the juke juice.
Just over 5 minutes left in our first half. Currently 3-1 in favor of the small caps, who are already locked into that 5th seed in the playoffs. So both teams just playing tag to have fun tonight.
Yeah. Ideally, you have fun every time you play Tag Pro, but in this competitive scene, sometimes it can be easy to lose sight of that. Hopefully, they manage it this time.
Okay, Ball Don't Lie going to be able to get out top. Looks like this will be a nice blocks there. And
fantastic blocks. Absolutely shut him down. A nice snipe there by blah blah blah. I don't know if that boost spawned right under him and it was lucky, or if he. I'm actually not sure, but either way,
yeah, I think that boost got there when it needed to. And again, Super Sans and Bob Bala doing a nice job clearing out base so J-Mark can boost in top.
Yeah, and that's something that I think differentiates the good teams from the great teams at any level, is the ability to convert caps in situations where you know you have a good opportunity, being able to execute on the blocks, and the flag carriers knowing when to be patient and when to force the issue.
So Ball Don't Lie doing his best. Almost splits Apide and Pithy, but just grabs just a little pixel of him. Just enough.
Pithy taking a second there to do a little trash talking, but
Pithy saying not in this house.
I'm sure it's all in good nature. Pithy's a great guy.
Bob taking an opportunity to just punish a little bit with his tag pro, waiting for his offensive partner to get there. And that tag pro will be out before he's able to really make use of it.
Mm-hmm.
Ball Don't Lie out ahead of 3, ahead of 4. This is a nice easy cap for them. Nobody even close to regrab.
Mm-hmm. This is a pretty one-sided affair here, as the small caps are scoring at a very high clip.
Yeah, it looked like the Squires were all getting pups, and nobody was close to regrab in that situation.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty hard for them to recover after having that sub.
Yeah, and I mean psychologically, it's obviously very difficult. You know that you're already eliminated. You're just playing for fun, playing for pride, and then you have one of your players lag out. It's probably tough to stay focused at that point.
Especially against one of the top minors teams in small caps.
J-Mark going to be out ahead of 3 once again. And Super Sans and Bob Blah Blah, again, nice blocks really far from the flag, so he's able to just walk that one in. 8-1 in favor of the small caps with 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
Seems as though the chemistry between Super Sans and Blah 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 is pretty above average from what I would expect from a Miners team. Doing a very solid job. Obviously, the
Oh,
offense.
Apide boosting into the bomb. Nice snipe there. I don't
Yeah,
know how hashtag planned that was, but that was pretty nice.
yeah. If it works out, it works out. Nice handoff there for Chaz, who's gonna.
Yeah, most certainly. He had the velocity there to get past two pretty quickly.
Ooh,
Oh,
oh,
stays alive longer than I would have. Wow, that was pretty damn impressive there by Chaz.
yeah. It's pretty fun in those situations. It's almost like the flight carriers, like in the Matrix, is the balls just fly around them in every direction, and they
Slow
somehow
motion.
evade everything.
Bullet time. Gmart on the wrong side of ball don't lie to be able to provide a tag for a lead, but
They figured it out, but not quite soon enough.
yeah, a little bit too late.
Yeah, the three of them managed to swim around to get the return.
So a minute left in this first half.
J-Mart's gonna
Yeah,
add to the tally.
Solvent could not do anything there against Super Sans and blah blah blah, who were not letting him move.
And I think it's only fair that Chaz get the last cap, so they each get 5. Make it a fair system.
Very equitable arrangement.
And we see the Spherical Squires just really struggling to get anything going. I imagine it's.
I hope they're able to, do something differently in the second half to get themselves, if not back in the game, at least to the point where they're having fun. Because it's never fun to get beat, by 10 caps in a game.
Sarkam Watts, Kono kept flag wins game. So this could be a game-winning play.
Oh, absolutely. Solvent doing everything
Oh,
possible for his team, but just not enough in the final moments. And Chaz with the kept flag, winning the Super Bowl.
yep. It's essentially GG. Game
20
over.
returns for Super Sans in that half.
That's incredibly impressive for averaging 2 returns a minute. That's a Grief Seeds level performance. Obviously not against the same level of talent, but just a very solid performance by all of these small caps. And of course, I'm not insinuating that Super Sans was botting or anything. Just that he
You
had the
heard it
most
here first.
nice
Super Sans botting per Neb.
Don't make them replay the game.
Botgate 2015 continues. So what was the final score there in that half? 9-1, right?
9-1, yes.
Realized I didn't make note of it after about 5-1. I kind of started losing mental awareness of the score,
And
as I'm sure
interestingly,
the Spherical Squires have as well.
yeah, it's just like after you take a bunch of punches to the head, it's hard to keep track.
Most certainly. So we have 10 minutes left to play on Smirk. If you're the Spherical Squires, what's your objective at this point? I mean, you're getting beat down. You got to play 10 more minutes before your season's over.
Well, as the great Sunuku would say, treat it like a 0-0 game. But on a real level, I would say just go out there, try to win the half, try to enjoy yourself, enjoy your last opportunity to play with each other as a team, because it's definitely a big disappointment to go through the whole season and not be able to make the playoffs. But in the end, it's all about having a good time with your team. That's what makes Major League Tag Pro so fun.
Absolutely. So jumping over to our Twitch chat, see a little bit of commentary here. Dynaboy J. Who is Dynaboy J?
I don't know who it is, so I'll just assume it's Dino.
No, because he has a different name that he uses in there in Twitch chat.
It's 100% not Dino, but I'm just gonna go with that assumption.
I was gonna say. Hello, Twitch chat. All right, so 10 more minutes. Both teams playing for pride, for fun.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they finish off the season.
Absolutely. So looks like our final lineup still being determined for the Spherical Squires, who are now back on blue.
It would be interesting if they let them play 5v4 just to see what would happen.
That'd be kind of fun. I think it would mess up the stats a little
Oh,
bit.
it definitely would. But it would be fun to see what kind of strategy they could pull off. 3-0. I mean, on this map, probably 3-0, but I think that would be an interesting idea for a league because there aren't enough tag pro leagues. Just a 5v4 league where one team plays with 5 for one half and then switch for the next half.
That'd be kind of interesting. All right, both teams ready, so we will be launching here. Pride kept flags on the line here.
I should just set the time limit to 1 minute, and whoever gets the kept flag wins 10 to nothing.
That'd be a good game. I'd watch that. Kept flag league tag pro.
Yep. Come up with all kinds of leagues here.
So tag pro mid and tag pro right. So the Spherical Squires should start off with at least one of those.
2, 1.
Neither team with an outstanding spawn for mid. So
Baldelon did get one right at the last second, and he does
Yeah.
manage to complete the boost.
So tag pro for each team as we start our final 10 minutes of the minor league regular season. Bob 18 going to flag pro himself right into a spike.
Both teams going flag pro. Pretty, I mean, it's not the worst thing you could ever do in tag pro, but it seems like both could have done better to get a better grab. Chad's going for that button juke. Couldn't quite pull it off. Maybe they being strong there. As a button defender myself on this map, I know it can be very tempting to try to go out and be aggressive, but the smart move is usually to just sit back. Oh, she tried that there, J-Mart. J-Mart would not have it.
J-Mart, nice.
Take
All
a
right,
big
so the
player by
blocks are
Rudy.
pretty
Pithy's
real
gonna
again.
maybe save it.
Oh, Pithy comes in last second to
Get some
get
extra
in the
time.
way of a nice cap there.
Delayed it just long enough for APA to come in, pull off the cap saving return. Bob's gonna be able to grab at the rolling here. Super Zen's almost with a beautiful return. A little bit
Yeah, he
early.
was 0.24 there.
Bob's gonna be out.
Ipide commenting, Dove King mumble.
I think that's like some, I don't even know, some other language.
Yeah. Maybe secret strat for the Squires here. Dove
Yep.
King mumble.
Rudy's gonna have to stay alive for a second here. Gains a little bit of space to keep himself alive. He's gonna might be out here. Beautiful play if you can hit that boost. Ooh, so close. Had the
Still an
option
opportunity here.
boost.
Super Saiyan's gonna hit this snipe, and he
Oh,
does.
Bob
But
might have a
Bob's got an
save here.
opportunity. Oh, close.
Just a crushing cap to give up just a second late.
Ball don't lie. Really liking that bottom spike. Hitting it hard.
Super Sense gets this tag pro. It's going to be a pretty good opportunity here. APD with a free grab. Matches the kiss, which in that situation was pretty beneficial.
Yeah, that was a nice kiss there for the Squires. 10 to 1 in favor of the small caps. Or no, 10 to 1? Yeah, 10 to 1.
Yep. Pithy spiked himself on the top there. Tapped a little LOL. He's having a good time. He's not taking it too seriously. Almost with a helpful bomb there, but caught the spike, unfortunately.
Yeah. Bob blah blah showing that his ball lifts. Doing a good job of not allowing Pithy to hold that button for Bob. For the Bob 18.
Ooh, almost held off 2 for an extra second there, but it didn't quite work out.
Nice reset there for the Squires.
Rudy with a chance. Maybe could have pushed the issue a little bit, but he's going to end up giving his team the chance to get a regrab chain going. Should be the first we see out of the small Spherical Squires, if I'm not mistaken. Bob Lalo with a not so helpful bump on his flag carrier there.
Yep. So Gemart's going to be able to get out top here, and this should be a cat. Oh,
Oh,
wow. Please.
the dangerous spike.
So much bliss.
Oh,
Nice
almost.
stutter step there by Chaz.
Hey, but it was so embarrassed. She just ate a spike.
That's all you can do in that situation sometimes, man.
Make it seem like it was lag.
You gotta seppuku yourself into a spike when you miss that bad.
I know. I've known a lot of players to get juked and then just run straight into a wall and say, "Oh, 100 ping."
Yep. Five and a half minutes to go. Currently 10-1 in favor of the small caps. But I will say this much for the Squires: this half not getting blown away the way they did in the first half. Only a 1-0 half so far, halfway in. So definitely
Jammer.
stopping the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah, keeping it together a little bit better. They have a chance to maybe. Oh,
Nice job
that's
by Bob Blah Blah preventing that snipe from having a chance at living.
that's the second time this game I've seen a play like that where both team boosts are taken at the same time, and it's created some pretty funny results.
If they can just get this button, yes they do,
Oh,
and Chaz will be able to get another cap.
just that extra pixel, it's a killer on that gate.
Yeah, it's always tough. You're trying to get past that third tile so you can get out one tile sooner, and sometimes you just can't quite do it.
We're just gonna put the Jets on and go mid. It's a pretty nice play there. He's gonna hit the blocks. Oh, he
Oh,
didn't trust the block.
the trust wasn't quite there. If he had taken it at full speed, he could have walked right through the top, but wasn't entirely sure whether or not his team was going to have the button for him.
If it was the Rudy from the Disney movie, he would have just gone straight forward and capped,
Absolutely.
and then his team would have put them up on his shoulders. Would have been a great story.
11-1 in favor of the small caps, but indeed that would have been a great story for Rudy, who
Yeah, it would have been like it would have been worth it. Victory unto itself.
oh man, that bottom spike, everybody, please.
Oh man.
Wait, are we playing in April Fool's mode with the? Is there like a big
Oh
vortex
man.
right there on
That
that
would have
bottom
been
spike?
funny if they each went into their own channels and just like pubbed until they found each other, and it was on like a portal map or
That'd be
not portal
awesome.
map. But would have been a pretty funny thing to do. I would have enjoyed streaming it more than this game, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, this game's definitely had its moments, but not as much suspense as I would have liked. 3.5 minutes left to go. Currently 11-1 in favor of the small caps. Squires making some good plays, but just a few too many mistakes.
That's pretty much the story of a lot of Myers teams. His ball don't lie. Just a beautiful juggle there.
Yeah, he did a
Keeping
nice
it from
job.
hurt.
Kind of feinted towards the tag pro like he was going to get it, and then just skipped the tag pro and got past three, but not able to close the deal.
That was a great offensive defensive play to lock it down in front. What looked like a pretty sure gap. Oh,
Nice job there with the double suicide.
Yeah, usually if you sack like that and you push each other in the opposite directions, it doesn't quite work out. But they confuse the tag pro just enough so that
Enough
the flag carrier.
misdirection, yeah.
Now we finally see a situation where both flags are out for more than a few seconds at a time. Feels like we haven't had much of that this game.
Yeah, absolutely not. Kind of seems like that red flag has been in base a little bit more than the blue flag has been.
That's usually a pretty good indicator of who's got the initiative and the advantage. If Bob could get this one-on-one return, it'd be a cap, but it's pretty tough.
Yeah,
Both
especially in mid there.
Chaz is a pretty proficient flag carrier. Oh,
Staying
making
alive
Pithy.
still, getting around
Making
Pithy once again.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna try a bomb here, maybe. Super Saiyan cuts it off before she can get a chance. Pithy's gonna have to stay alive here. Go for a kiss, maybe. He
Yep,
manages to
good
work it
kiss
out.
there from Pithy.
This tag pro is gonna mean there's a potential trouble, but it runs out, and Bob gets a nice 1-1 return.
12-1 in favor of the small caps with a minute left to go. Spherical Squires season coming to a close.
I think their only hope now is the cap flag.
Yeah, the kept flag is really their best strat at this point. Ball don't lie, providing a tag pro escort for J Mart.
Oh,
Bob did everything
really
he could to
wanted-
stop that one from happening, but
J-Mart's going to add to the tally.
Super Sands putting a nice one-on-one block against Rudy to allow a nice walk-in cap there. So 13-1 in favor of the small caps, who are really pouring it on.
An impressive showing by the two offensive players here for small caps. J-Mart with 7 caps as far. Baldwin with 6.
And Apide is going to be able to get on the board here.
Oh man,
That's good.
consolation
That's nice
cap.
in the last 15 seconds to be able to at least, get on the board there.
Ended on a good note for sure. As long as they can contain Chaz here.
So
They do.
13-2 in favor of the
3,
small caps. Looks like that
2,
will be the final score.
1.
And
Looks like J-Mart will get the cap flag
J-Mart
though, which
wins
is
the
the
game
deciding factor.
with the kept flag. 19 returns from Super Sands. Super Sands with a great defensive performance on Smirk. Just
Absolutely.
very impressive. I think he had 20 returns in the first half too. So
Yeah.
39 returns in 20 minutes of play. But just very impressive game. I think the small caps definitely showed that tonight they were the better team. I think while the Spherical Squires made a lot of good plays, just too many mistakes tonight.
Yeah, and I think it definitely showed that the small caps had something to play for, and the Spherical Squires were kind of just going with the flow, doing it to have fun, which I'm sure they did. To be honest, they had a lot of nice people. Fortunately, it didn't quite turn around to get the wins for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll let the teams say their GGs. Hopefully, we can get some captain commentary up here for interviews. Not always the easiest when your season ends on a sour note, but hopefully we can get that. Noobkin, welcome.
Hello, I'm not a captain, but
No, that's okay. You're
Former
more
captain,
than welcome here.
former Miners captain.
Happy to have you here. So, definitely not the most enthusiastic ending for the season for the Spherical Squires, but just wanted to, talk to you guys, see what you guys think as far as how you played today, what you could have done better, and, how you feel about the season coming to a close.
I'm pretty sure the entire team going one channel above me, they took the Ranger Radio comment way too serious.
Very
I
literally,
think they,
yeah.
I think they don't have. Me and you, I think, have access to this channel, but they don't.
Yeah, this channel, I don't think they can get in, but I'm gonna do something about that. Here we go.
Make it a party.
Yeah, well.
So it's just kind of like a more scheduled thing.
Oh, wait a second. Everybody's jumping in now. Hold on. We're doing one team at a time, guys. One team at a time.
Everybody
We're
at
talking.
once.
We're talking to the Squires
Come
for the
on.
moment.
It's the end of the season. Just do it all at once.
We're talking to
Yeah,
the
just
Squires.
do it. I think that the Little Caps played really well.
The
The little
Caps.
Caps, nice.
No, those little guys were swift.
Isn't that the name of their team? Aren't they the Little
Small
Caps?
Caps.
Small
Small
Caps?
Caps.
You know, like all, but small.
Oh, fuck me, right, Nick?
All right, guys. So
Okay,
definitely
the
not
Little
a
Caps.
tremendous amount to play for in that second game, other than fun and pride. But you guys put on a really nice game for us. Definitely some struggles there. First to the Spherical Squires. Your season is obviously coming to a close. But how did you feel about the season and how you played today?
Well, I can't really speak for everyone, but I mean, as far as the season was concerned, we knew it was going to be a problem when most of our auction players left, and we had to move a bunch of people up to majors. So, we were hopeful, but realistic, and we all had a really good time with each other. I think Nukin made the point that he's rarely been on a team that regularly got their asses handed to them, but still giggled so much. So
Yeah. I
think,
can't count the number of times I've had my ass beat to a laugh track of
yeah,
of the other players.
but
And
I think
coming,
that it speaks to our perspective, though. We're just trying to have fun doing this, and why is everyone disconnecting and reconnecting? Wow,
Oh.
mumble exodus.
Mumble people problems.
But Yeah, we're just trying to keep a positive perspective, and we know there's always next season. So
Yeah, and I'd like to thank all the players that wanted to join our team and all the people that
Yeah.
joined our
Oh,
team. Like that was awesome.
I got a
for them.
ridiculous amount of private messages from a bunch of different people saying, you know, trade for me, pick me up. I'd love to help you guys out. Thank you so much. That was awesome. So much support from the Tactical community. You know, we found people before you guys asked to join with us, but I mean, we totally would have gotten some from that pool as well if
No,
that didn't work out.
that was actually just me under a bunch of different Reddit names. It worked out in the end, so I appreciate it.
I
So-
actually got picked up and was super excited because I know that this group of people is just hands down after the hand that they had been dealt for this season. I knew at the first practice that I'm like, I love these guys. Like just to
Like-
just to be
I will
dealt the
say
hand that they were dealt and have the attitude that they had. I'm like, this is just a great group of people.
aside from I will say that aside from having an eye for Tag Pro players that don't want to play Tag Pro, Serdan actually has a really good eye for like awesome personalities, and
Yes.
he got a great group together, and you know, I'm happy with the team that we have.
I've never experienced so much fun for practice. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Tim Hortons and Molson. But seriously, the practices of Glorious Nights, it's just so much fun. It really is. It's very inappropriate. I feel bad for Apathy because there's just a lot of really grotesque things going on, but also a lot of good fun in Tag Pro.
I kind of want to draft Rudy, or get Rudy drafted to my team now, based on how funny he is.
So Canadian, we had a chance to talk a couple of nights ago after the Knights of Capilot Majors team made it into the playoffs, but just kind of wanted to reiterate. I mean, after everything that happened with, you know, a lot of people leaving the team, do you feel like the Majors team making the playoffs really just kind of almost makes up for the Minors team missing it?
Yeah,
I hope his answer is no, because no.
No, it totally is. I mean, as someone on minors, I'm totally psyched that Majors is in the playoffs. Like that, we were able to salvage a playoff seed, and anything can happen in the playoffs from that. Like the fact that we were able to salvage a playoff seed is amazing and awesome, and hell yeah, it makes up for it.
Asked
I mean,
Max
yeah, we
that question
salvaged
and
a
Pithy
major
answered.
team from Solf was a pickup, and two players who were on our minors team, Cam and Macon Bacon, who made the jump and have performed
Have been
admirably.
stepping it up since then.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not taking anything away from Cam and Macon, but I don't know. Our minors team is they're fun to play with, man. I feel like we could plug in almost anyone, and given enough time, we'd have the same amount of chemistry as we do now. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much to the Spherical Squires for joining us.
No,
Turning
this
now
interview
to-
isn't over yet.
Turning
We're
now to the small caps.
You guys can hang out.
Turning now to the small caps. So, you know, you guys were able to lock up a number 5 seed in the playoff. Congratulations.
Woo!
Just a quick note, I think it's pretty fitting that the two teams that were throwing the biggest curveballs this season got the chance to end the season playing each other.
Storylines. Hashtag storylines.
Seriously.
All right.
Yeah,
So
we had a lot to play for this season.
So Yas, again, got to talk to you the other night as well on Ranger Radio. But you know, how do you feel about your squad, your minors team putting on a very impressive performance tonight?
They played fantastic. I'm just proud that they can kind of carry on the small caps legacy from last season, where, you know, the small caps last season did very well, and now the one this season is doing very well, and hopefully they make it to the move ball as well, except win it this time.
So going into next week, you know you're going to be playing Wasatch Miners in the first round on Thinking with Portals. You know, how are you going to prepare for that matchup, and what are you going to be looking for your team to do to pull out a win next week?
Hopefully bloody scrim. Yeah, bloody scrim.
Bloody scrims.
Yeah.
You heard it here on Ranger Radio. Bloody scrims. Small cap strat for next week.
Wait, I'm not on your team, but what the fuck is a bloody scrim?
Thank you.
But when you're British,
Yeah, Chaz likes to pretend he's British.
blow you.
Oh, Chaz,
yeah.
I heard the stream talking about you, your nickname earlier.
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
It is your real name.
No, don't
So,
start
so,
spreading
so
that.
Bob won't lie. I mean, I have to ask, and just be honest here. Is Chaz really your name, or if not, where'd that name come from?
It's
Don't
really
listen.
not my name.
It's his name.
Oh my god.
I just
Wait,
drafted
wait.
him because his name is Chaz. I thought it was a cool name. I was like, gotta have this guy.
No. No.
Wait, what's the rumor here?
His name is
That-
Chad. It's not a rumor.
Basically what happened was
What had happened was.
I started hanging out in the all caps channel, and Yassarian kind of
First
just
mistake. Okay.
yeah. But Yassarian was like, we have to give you a nickname, gotta call you something. And I was like, okay. And like just a couple seconds later, he was like, Chaz. We'll go with Chaz. And he just went with that and ran with it.
I feel like that's such a good nickname, though.
It
You
really
could've-
is.
You could have had, like, dickhead, asshole. You could have had so many other worse nicknames. Chaz.
Hey, I mean,
that's
I respond to it, so
He really does.
Chaz.
It took a while though,
yeah.
but now
Alright,
it's just
guys.
it's really natural.
Well, thank you very much for both teams for stopping by Ranger Radio for an interview. Again, it was a fun game to watch tonight. Obviously, the result was a little lopsided, but I know both teams played hard, and looking forward to seeing the small caps in the playoffs.
Yeah, thank you for streaming it.
All right,
Yeah.
you're very welcome.
Yeah, we appreciate the competition, little caps.
All right, that'll do it for Ranger Radio. To our viewers, thanks for watching, and see you in the playoffs. Have a good night.